I rise in support of this amendment. This is a very exciting day, but it's a very good day, and I want to start by saying a few thank yous. I really want to thank the Senate President, and if you want to know what it's like to follow someone who, once they set their mind to something, knows how to get it done. And it was the Senate President that really introduced me to this issue, and I'm really proud of all the time and effort and the fact that she just put one foot in front of the other until she got to where she had to get. And for that, I thank her. I want to thank former Senator Boncory, because he also chose this as an issue that he cared very much about. And of course, Senator Creighton, for all your hard work. It feels good to finally see it happen. But this is something that we feel we can really make this world a better place by voting for Raise the Age. In 2019, I served as Senate Chair of the Task Force on Emerging Adults in the Massachusetts criminal justice system. Our task force, it was a task force made up of House members, Senate members, and lots of other people in the criminal justice world who really were interested in doing the right thing. And it was charged with examining the feasibility of raising the age of juvenile jurisdiction to include 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. And we visited many places where there were teenagers, and I was really convinced that the brain was not developed and that we ought to be going to 20 years. But I realize that things happen implemented in stages, and that might be something the courts couldn't even handle. But during my time chairing the task force, I heard from stakeholders across the juvenile criminal justice systems, as well as testimony from justice-involved youth. And that was the most interesting, meeting with young people who told us when they had a chance, when there was someone there to help them, when they were under the Department of Youth Services, when they had opportunities for a better life, when they had opportunities for education, and when they understood that people really cared about them, their lives were different. On February 26, 2020, the task force released its final report, including raising the age to 19. I believe it's Massachusetts' time to lead in this issue and raise the age as we are today. As far as statistics, the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education says that there were almost 28,000 students, 18 years or older, still enrolled in the Massachusetts high school as of October of 2019. I would venture to say that number is higher now. Many people are waiting to go to college and in high school. And is it fair? Is it right? Is it equitable that those high school students that are 18 should be treated differently than their friends and colleagues that are 17, both being in high school, both having been the same problem with the law, and one is treated differently than the other? I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's equitable. DYS is experienced at serving youth up to age 21, and under current law, certain youth who commit an offense under 18 are eligible to remain at a DYS facility until their 21st birthday. In fact, as of May of 2019, 25% of the youth in the DYS facility were 18 or older. Raising the age of juvenile jurisdiction is also good for public safety. A study of the Massachusetts justice system found that emerging adults 18 to 24 have the highest risk of offending, with a recidivism rate of 76% within 3 years of release. How important is it that we break that we change that rate of recidivism, that we keep these kids in a safe place? It's good for them, it's good for us, it's good for public safety. Unlike the adult criminal justice system, DYS has an explicit focus on rehabilitation. Keeping an 18-year-old in a juvenile system gives these older teenagers access to high-quality rehabilitative programming, which will reduce the rate of recidivism. Several studies have shown that emerging adults are generally more prone to impulse behavior due to their strain in due to the stage in brain development. In this way, the brains of 18-year-olds are much more similar to younger teenagers than adults. Keeping 18-year-olds in the juvenile justice system would help these teens avoid the collateral consequences. That's just another thing it would do. The negative impacts of an adult felony conviction. Having an adult felony record can limit an individual's eligibility for many professions and even certain housing opportunities. Why should that happen? Why should these kids be deprived of that? Such narrowing of legitimate employment opportunities at the beginning of adulthood makes it much more difficult for an individual to rehabilitate and avoid future criminal behavior. It's important to note that the juvenile justice system will not be available for individuals facing the most serious crimes. For those that are worried about will everybody get away with things, that's not going to happen. First and second degree murder are always referred to adult criminal court, even for juvenile defenders. In addition, under current law, prosecutors have discretion to pursue a youthful offender indictment for certain categories of certain felonies, including many gun charges, as well as offenses that result in a threat to serious bodily harm. In such case, a judge currently has the discretion to impose an adult sentence for a juvenile if appropriate, and they should. And there are cases that these juveniles should be charged differently. We've seen this work. In 2013, Massachusetts raised the age of juvenile justice to 17-year-olds to the juvenile justice system. We realize that what we know now, these older teenagers are better suited developmentally for the resources and approach offered through DYS. Since then, the number of juvenile arrests and arraignments have gone down, not up, down. And based on the available data, the juvenile justice system is similarly equipped at present to incorporate our 18-year-olds. When I was on the task force, I heard a parent, a dad, come in and talk about his son. His son just fit the juvenile justice system. He was a good kid, he just did one thing bad. And he went before a judge who asked him to write a letter about what he had done. And he did some work, and he helped. He wasn't on probation, but he had to do work in his community. And that changed that kid's life. And that parent appreciated it. And it was from hearing from stories like that of young people and parents who thanked us for the opportunities that we give our children. And so today, we have an opportunity to give more children opportunity that we have done, as we have done before. It's time we act on the issue and pass this amendment. 18-year-olds belong in the juvenile system. I'm proud to be here to support this, and I hope that everybody will vote the same. Thank you.